It's the world's tallest building, right? It's the world's tallest, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's only this tall. It's not that big.
I'm really scared I'll drop it a little bit.
There we go.
It's still on, you know.
Oh. Was it on that whole time?
Yes.
Nice. $3,000 for a solid gold iPhone 6s. How much was this one?
Like 9,500.
Yikes. If you guys are in the market for this, come to Dubai. So we made it to Dubai, and now we're at the spice market in Dubai. I don't really know. We went to the Dubai Mall, we saw the super tall building, which I showed you in this video, and now we're just kind of in some market where they like sell jewelry and burqas and basically everything the Chinese market had, just in a different country. So we're in the... Where are we, Amy? Explain it.
This is the spice market. This is where you go when you're like really good at cooking.
As you know, I am not.
Don't know what we're doing here.
I'm sure you can cook better than
I dabble in craft
mac and
macaroni.
cheese. You guys want to see the most intense tape job of all time? Trying to keep healthy for the event. So if you watch the event, I have secretly a robotic arm right here. So I am here in Dubai. Last week we were in Beijing, China for the first stop of the FINA World Series, and now it is the second stop. Today was the first day of competition. We competed in the 10-meter synchro event this morning, and we came away with a bronze medal. So before I talk to you guys about the event as a whole, I want to give you a little backstory on what's been going on with me while I've been in Beijing and in Dubai. This trip has been adverse. So the trip to Beijing was a lot of fun. I competed in the 10-meter synchro event and we ended up 4th place. Now, after that synchro event, I was supposed to 2 days later compete in the 10-meter individual event, but right at the end of the event warm-up, I had to scratch from the competition. The reason I had to scratch is because my tricep was pretty sore from the competition earlier because I am competing a new dive, and this dive is very difficult for me. And the biggest issue for me with that dive is a lot of times I go in the water off of 10 meter like this because I can't finish it high enough. And when you do that, it makes your tricep hurt pretty bad. And in the event warm-up for individual in Beijing, I had to scratch because it was to the point where I don't think it would have been safe or smart to do another entry off of 10 meter. So we pulled out of the competition. And then later that night, after the finals were all over, we left for Dubai. Once we got to Dubai on Monday, we had a day off to just explore the city, which was absolutely awesome. You guys saw that in the previous video, or maybe in this video. I can't keep my videos straight. But what was important about that day was that it was a day for me to rest my tricep. My tricep was not doing well. It was hurting a lot, and I don't think I would have been able to dive on it if it would have felt like it did a few days ago. So Monday, explored the city, it was awesome. Now comes Tuesday. Tuesday, I was scheduled to just train 10 meter, get my dives off, get a feel for the pool. That didn't happen. What ended up happening was I went to the pool and just did jumps off of 10 meter, and that was it. I didn't want to risk hurting my tricep even more by landing hands first, so we decided to give it another day of rest by just jumping off the platforms. And then Wednesday rolls around, which was yesterday, and we pretty much did the same exact thing as Tuesday, except we did a little bit of diving off of 5 meter, but even then it was still limited because I was scared I was going to hurt my tricep even more by doing the head first entries. And then this morning rolls around. If you watched the live stream online, you would have seen an unreal amount. I have tape on right now, but you would have seen an unreal amount of tape on my tricep. And the goal for that was to get me through 6 dives. My tricep was hurting. It didn't feel good today, but I'm here in Dubai. I have to compete. And I woke up, it felt pretty good. It didn't feel great, but it felt like I would have been able to do a list off 10 meter and been fine. So we taped up my tricep super heavy, and I took up 2 of my optional dives in the warm-up, but 4 of the dives I competed today were the first time I was doing them in the pool in Dubai. And that's what was so cool about the event, is that it was more of a mental battle for me instead of just physical. Yeah, I wanted to keep the tricep healthy and I didn't want to hurt it anymore. I wanted to stay light in the pool. But 10 meter can be terrifying. And the first repetition of each dive in a new pool is always scary. And that's why you do many of them in the warm-up, so you get the fear out of the way for the competition and you can just focus on the dive in the contest. Today, that wasn't the case for me. So the competition was just a mental battle for me, but I think it went pretty well. I didn't feel very scared or nervous for the dives in the competition. I just had this different sense of adrenaline on each dive, which was, it was definitely a unique experience, let's say that. But at the end of the day, the dives went pretty well. We ended up with the bronze medal, and now I get a couple days of rest to let this heal completely so that we can get prepared for the World Series stop number 3 and 4 in Canada and in Russia in a couple of weeks. All in all, this trip to Beijing and to Dubai has been one giant learning experience full of adversity, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This was good because it's going to better prepare me for what's coming this summer for any situation that is thrown at me. If I get injured, we know I can still do the dives pretty well in the contest without even doing them in the pool before the contest. There was a lot of adversity thrown my way on this trip, and I honestly do think it was for the better. Now, with all of that being said, I have a couple days off in Dubai before I head home, and I'm excited to do some sightseeing. I think we're going on some jungle/desert tour tomorrow. We're going to some resort to go just lay on the beach for a few hours in the morning. So I'm going to charge all my cameras and hopefully get some really good stuff for you guys.